Alright, welcome back to yet another video. This is a requested one and there's a lot of haze going on in here because I just hit the button for the smoke machine, so we're just gonna have to wait for it to clear up. Let's go. Alright, the Sigma 17-40 f1.8 art. I have been testing this lens out for about 2 weeks now, and you guys wanted to know how does it perform with portrait photography, because the previous version, the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 art, it was a good lens with the 35mm reach, but it kind of a little bit fell short when taking portraits. I had like a handful of situations with it in which I was kind of hoping that I could push in a little bit more to get a little bit more compressed image, and now we got this. It goes all the way to 40mm. So now we got that 5mm of extra reach. So let's take a look at the portraits that I took with this lens and the Canon EOS R7. These photos were taken right here at the studio with my friend Sanna, and I was using constant hot lights, so no flashes were used while taking these photos. Most of the time I was shooting with the aperture of around f2.2 because of the shallow depth of field that this lens has when using it at f1.8, and I found that the f2.2 was the perfect aperture for taking portraits. I don't know what is the best and the sharpest native aperture of this lens, I haven't checked that out, but at f2.2 those photos turned out beautiful, and the photos were sharp all the way from the tip of the nose to the eyes of the model, which can be an issue if you're shooting with the f1.8 aperture. I took some portraits at 17mm to test it out, and then also I took portraits at 40mm while using the f2.2 aperture, and I have a hard time saying anything bad about these photos. These are sharp. These are like really good photos, and I was confident while I was using this lens because I knew that the results were gonna be absolutely beautiful. I also did some filler shots at 40mm to get a little bit of those close-ups and the details of Sanna's clothing, so you can fill out the carousel, you know, on Instagram, get those close-up shots, and they look beautiful. The bokeh is fantastic and the depth of field works beautifully with these shots. So if you're thinking about the Canon EOS R7 with the 17-40mm f1.8 art for portrait work, it works. Hands down. Even though it only goes to 40mm, you can get a little bit of that compressed background and that shallow depth of field with it. And yeah, to be honest, if this was the only lens that I could use for taking portraits, I'd be happy with it, no problem. Alright, that's all I have for you guys for this video. It was a quick one because there's not much to talk about. It's still an amazing lens, and even with portraits, it works like a charm. So if you're thinking about getting it for portrait work, just do it. Hope you liked this video, hope you got something out of it. If you did, hit the like button on your way out, subscribe if you have not done so already. Thanks as always for watching, and as always, I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm just gonna fill this room up with smoke now.